Hey, my name's Tim from Freeman Tools Workshop, and today we're joined by Jessica, my friend, who's going to be asking me some questions in regards to some of our finishing nail guns and fasteners. And what we've done too to show the application for each is we've done a little mock-up here on our workshop table. So let's get started. What we've got here first is our FN64. It's our G2 FN64, our second generation finishing nailer. Right here is our G2 BR50 brad nailer, which your 18 gauge brad nailer is probably the most common nail gun in any finishing kit. And then we've got our PE20V BR9032, which is an 18 gauge brad nailer stapler, but it's in a 20 volt platform. This is a 1.5 amp hour battery, which makes it super light, one of the lightest on the market, easy to use, and it has just multiple functions and things that it could be used for. So let's get started. Okay, first we're going to start with the G2 FN64, our finish gun, and the application that we're going to mock up here today is this is a good tool to put base trim down. So as Jessica asks questions, we're actually going to show how easy it is to use the G2 FN64 in this application.
Let's do it.
All right, so what you got, Jess?
All right, so the first thing I wanted to know, because you were adjusting the compressor, can you talk about the compressor real quick, and then why you set it to 90 PSI?
Okay, so this is our Freeman 20 volt 1 pound compressor with a little coil hose, and we're just using it for not just functionality, but ease of use. It's very convenient. So if you're a trim worker, this would be awesome to have on the job. 20 volt system as well. So the reason why I go 90 is that's a good sweet spot for any kind of finishing gun. It will vary based on your depth control, etc., but 90 is a good place to start, and you can go from there. But you never want to go over 115 PSI.
Okay, what happens at 115
You've
or
got
over?
different seals and gaskets in here that it could damage the drive blade in the gun, which would cause you to have to work on your gun and have it repaired.
Got it, okay.
So we're going to load these finishing nails in here. And again, finishing nails are the only nails that go in this gun. And this is a 16 gauge. So each one of our guns have a no-mar tip, which is the tip of the gun right here. And that's what actually activates the safety mechanism for the gun to be shot. And forgive my nailing technique, reaching over. But you put firmly against the material that you're trying to nail and pull the trigger. So see, right here, it didn't drive the nail all the way.
Right.
Did that on purpose, because there's also a depth control on all of our guns. So you can adjust how deep it goes or how shallow it shoots. You don't want to shoot through the material, but you don't want to have the nail showing through, because you want to eventually caulk the top of your shoe mold, which we're going to put on with our brad nailer, or put putty. The right thing to do is put putty on trim. You never want to really caulk trim, just the edges.
Perfect. And I heard you mention that's a 16 gauge. Would you not use 18 gauge on baseboards?
You can. Again, it's preference, but the thing you got to take a look at is the material that you're shooting into. You got the thickness of the molding, which is 3/4. You've also, in the real world, have 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch sheetrock that you're shooting through. So there's already 1.5 inches worth of nail that you have. The rest of it needs to go into the bottom plate or the stud that's in the wall where it's been framed. So those are the two areas you really need to fasten your base and trim to. That's why they do these walls. That's why they're framed 16 on centers.
Got it.
So go ahead and finish. All right, and that was it with the finish gun.
Perfect. All right, let's roll into our brad nailer next.
All right. So now we're going to jump to the G2 BR50, which is the most versatile of all these guns. It's a brad nailer. So we're going to hook it up to our handy dandy portable battery operated generator, or compressor, I'm sorry. So I've already got this adjusted. We've got our PSI set again to 90, as we did before. So the awesome thing about the brad nailer is it does a smaller hole, which makes it easier to cover and easier to finesse your trim work. Usually if it's driven right, paint will cover the hole.
Great.
So again, forgive my technique.
That looks great. You can barely see that. Okay, so you called the gun the most versatile, so I know that we're applying trim today, but what other uses can we use that gun for?
We can use this gun for hobbies, such as furniture, birdhouses, anything small that you want a small hole with not a lot of holding power, but concealment of the fastener.
Perfect. All right, awesome. What kind of features does that gun have?
The features that this gun has is a fast shoot mode that you can adjust right here. It has the depth mode. It has the quick jam release mode, which is in the front here. I'm not left-handed, forgive me. So if you get a jam, small gauge guns are known to get nail jams. So to save time on the job site, it's got a quick release right here. So you can pull out your jam, lock it back, and you're good to go. Awesome. But you always want to disconnect power or air before you do that. So last but not least, this is our 20-volt platform brad nail stapler. So it's a 2-in-1, meaning that it can shoot 2 different fasteners. It can shoot a little crown staple, which is good for holding power like drawers, cabinetry, where the crown on the fastener can't be seen. So it's really not something you want to use on trim work because it leaves more to fill in with putty, more finish work.
Got it. Okay.
So that's why a brad nail or a finish nail would work better because of the small head that's on it. So before you turn it on, you always load them. And always load them before you turn it on. And just like a real gun, every gun is always loaded. So when I turn this gun on, it has a single fire mode, which can be seen right here, okay? Shoots very well, very flush. And then it has a bump fire mode. So it shoots very fast, very powerful, and very flat.
Makes for quick work.
Quick work, yes ma'am.
All right, so let's talk about the other features on the gun. What other cool features does this gun have? So we have the single and bump fire.
Okay, it has a work light, LED light on the front of it. Has a battery meter as well as your bump fire adjustment. I don't know if you could see from there. The other thing is it has the 1.5 amp hour lightweight battery. So again, this is extremely light for a finish gun, especially a battery operated platform. One of the lightest that I've ever shot. The other cool thing about this is the easy load magazine. And again, like I said, it's a 2-in-1. So you're getting 2 tools for the price of 1.
Nice. Is there a different way that you would load the fasteners, or are they loaded the same?
It's actually loaded the same way. So before I load and unload, I turn it off just to be safe. That's simple.
Awesome.
And she's ready to shoot. And just to show what I was talking about, for those of you that's never used one of these, that's the reason why you don't want to use the crown staple on trim work, because there's so much fastener that shows. You can't put it.
Yeah, it's very visible. Very visible, right.
Folks, we thank you for your time. We thank you for joining us. And I want to thank Jessica for helping me do this video.
Yeah, so if you all will like, share, and comment, and also share the work that you're doing with your Freeman tools, we would love to see it.
So thank you folks again for your time, and any feedback, we welcome it. Thank you again.
Bye.